a direct upload from an iPad machine to a to SoundCloud. I think a machine iPad has a some login to SoundCloud, and then you can just upload directly. So that was not mastered.
But your other tracks, do you master that?
The others are mastered. So when it comes to mixing and mastering, I do it myself. So like last time when you work in a studio, you have an engineer to do for you. Of course, along the way, you learn how to mix and master. But mix and mastering is now a bit of a... Okay, I never knew this would happen, but a lot of people have now found cheapskate ways of mastering things and are beginning to charge the world. So for 20 bucks, I can master your track. Plus, you just upload to me, I'll send you back in 15 minutes. Just pay me $20. So last time was different. Last time was I'll master your track for 100 and give me a day. So it's no longer like that. So mix and mastering is something you can do yourself. So people already found out. I mean, any one of you can just mix and master. It's not in the traditional sense. It is in a cheating sense. Software that you put your stereo track through, turn on a setting, bounce it back up, out, and there you go. But it's not real mix and mastering. The other way, of course, will be the hardcore way, which is the correct way, which is to send me all your stems and then give me some time to correctly mix each one, filtering, EQ, and things like that, and then do a whole mastering.
Do you have a process when you master, or is it just...
I do have a process.
You make it up as you go?
I have a basic process, listen to each sound, and figure where this sound is supposed to sit in the mix. Try to EQ that sound so that this sound does not interfere with the other more important sounds. If it's a hi-hat, you don't need the low end, just roll off the high pass the thing, and just things like that. So I have a basic discipline. That means before I even work on anything, I already do my basic EQ to begin with, and then I start panning things. Hats maybe go a bit to my left, maybe a right there. Keep things away from each other in the stereo field, and keeping bass center, kicks, just things like that. For musicians, you guys already know that. So this is the traditional way. But like I said, because the new generation don't understand this, they will do these kind of tracks like iPad, and then I want to master my track, then I want to release, and then say, hey, I can do it for you, just 20 bucks, and then they have these websites where they advertise mastering for 20 bucks. Upload your tracks, get it back down in 15 minutes, and basically on the other end of the website are people like me. You upload me your tracks, I run through my software, bounce it back up, send it back to you, give me 20 bucks. Which is actually a good idea. It's actually a good idea. So that's one way of making money, but that's just not the traditional way. So that's mix and mastering.
You were talking about undercutting. So in Sydney, some bands would want to do gigs for cheaper because venues don't want to pay as much. For live bands, they want to get DJs and etc. all this stuff. But is there a regulatory body that handles how much somebody should get paid? Because I find that kids will start, they graduate from music school and they'll be out in the world and be like, oh yeah, $100 for a gig is fine. Is there a way for us to get it out there to everyone?
No. There are no regulatory bodies governing these things or protecting the musicians. No, there just isn't one here. Maybe there is some, I don't know, somewhere not in Australia.
I think there are some places in Sydney that do regulatory stuff, but I don't think it's that well known.
Okay,
and
but
I think that's the problem.
I don't think I don't know. It's like people don't find it worthwhile to have a governing body to govern these things. Artists, musicians are not looked upon in our world, in any age, in any century, to be anything worth more than just pure circus acts and entertainment. And that holds true till today. I mean, maybe which is a bit better, it's more fun and all that. But at the end of the day, a musician is still a jester, a joker, a comedian, an entertainer. So I don't think the government, sorry if there are anybody governing bodies here, but you go to the Singapore's governing body, I'm not saying, they will ask you, oh, it's okay, how can we help you? Okay, then you say, okay, we musicians, we need some support, we need funding to this, and a lot of us don't really have jobs, and we're depending on music to survive and things like that. And then they will still ask you to, like, how will your music contribute to our culture? Then just the metal bands will just look at the, we make noise for Singapore, so things like that. And it's just very difficult because we will never get real, just outright support. It just will not exist. Yeah, and I don't, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
For you, are you considered composer?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because under Singapore, there's a Singapore Composer Society.
Yes, so we are all under Compass.
Yeah, Compass, that's right. So under Compass, there's one copyright. So your
Yes.
song is it under copyright?
Yes, in the music industry, or now that you mention Compass, I would like to just cut this line off from whatever I was talking about and move to the Asian music industry. Chinese music, pop stars, Taiwan, China. On this side, there are labels and like there are a lot of stronger copyrights governing them. I get royalties from this side. Every year I still get a check from music that I've done for Kid, for the Chinese artists, whoever. They govern, but these are not gigs, these are just like music stuff, arrangements, compositions, original, that you've done and until today you still get paid. Because the intellectual property is that you will get paid for the rest of your life until 50 years after your death. That would be something like that. So that's the Asian music industry.
So you're different.
Okay, it depends. If you're on the English speaking music industry side, it's a bit difficult. It's different. I don't know. The Chinese, it's easier for you to be a Chinese pop star than to be an English pop star. I think because we're Asians, maybe, may not even be. Even if you're, bigger market. Bigger market, the Asian market is already very different. So the two markets are really quite different. They don't share the same principles. Yeah. So on the Asian side, you still get paid. Yeah, you still get paid. But it has been different. It's also different. On the Asian side, if you're not handsome, pretty, if your teeth are not aligned right, if you're not a certain height, a certain build, your fat content is a bit too much and all that, you get a lot of anyway they will mold you. So like I've seen all this in the Chinese music industry. So they will take you to look at you and they fix one of the artist's teeth, and the girl, the arms are too big, then you just send them to the gym and all that. Do all this before they even become superstar, and you have to maintain that. So that's the Chinese music industry. I don't know about the English side. This is different. But that's a cruel word. That's just the honest truth.